it's a good time to do that. So, well, we got people coming in here. I guess
It is 11 o'clock. Yeah, it is 11 o'clock.
All right. Well, good to see everybody. Welcome. I'm John Lee, and this is Lloyd. We got Jim, Troy. It looks like Amber down there.
And Amber too.
We got a bunch of people coming in. So, yeah, with St. Louis Real Estate Investors Association, today would be September 30th, 2022. So, welcome. And here we are. Lloyd, you want to say anything before we get started?
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, well, if you tuned in, got here a little early, we were just letting everybody in. We were talking about our October, our major meeting, October 18th. John's got lined up Harper Zielinski from the Habitat for Humanity group. She's been very informative. Had some good, she's been on, we've had her a couple of times in the past few years. So give us an update on what Habitat is doing. And also, yeah, because our last board meeting, we were talking again about possibly doing a project with Habitat for Humanity. Since we're both concerned, where most of us are housing providers. And that's what one of the things that Habitat provides is affordable housing. So we got some similar missions. So looking forward to hearing from her again. And really like to, hopefully now that the pandemic is over or waning, let's put it that way. I think it was something we're gonna have to learn to live with, but that because they were cutting out all their volunteer projects for the last couple of years. Hopefully we'll be able to get back and do an in-person volunteer project on one of their builds. So anyway, that's coming up October 18th. So in the meantime, we're here this month or today on Friday, 11 o'clock. To just have networking, haves and wants, anything real estate related, that you got something to sell, you're looking to buy a piece of real estate in an area. I mean, you might have a wholesaler that's got something under contract, or a contractor that you've used that you would recommend. We're here, and if you're looking for a contractor for a particular thing, glad to see we got Melissa on tuning in here today. She has been a good source. She's a general contractor herself, and she has she's referred a lot of her subs to some of our members in the past. So anybody who wants to kick it off today? Haves and wants. If nobody has any haves and wants, while you're thinking about it, give people time to think about it. Everybody needs something. I got to apologize to Melissa. I haven't gotten back to her on it. She's gotten me a bid for my roof, and I've been out of town all this week, and you've done some travel too. But finally getting back to settle in to review and everything. I did talk to a couple of all three of the references you gave me, so nothing but praise from them. So appreciate that. So,
and yes, Melissa's doing a great job on our roof. So
okay.
I highly recommend her. Hi, Melissa. This is Ann.
Yeah, Ann. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
I did invite somebody today to just come on and introduce himself. I don't see him in the group yet. His name is Adrian Gillette, and he's with Buzz Dumpster. I thought a lot of you might be able to actually use him and appreciate him. You know, maybe if we can get some sort of group effort going, possibly get some better pricing from him. So if anybody needs a dumpster, please let me know. I will pass along Adrian's information if he doesn't hop on here shortly. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the reference. Yeah, we've had some discussions. I think it was last week or week before, but somebody was looking for a recommendation for a dumpster.
Person to have at our main event coming up too, because we were just talking about Harper Zielinski from Habitat. They're doing a thing right now on deconstruction, because a lot of people don't realize when you're doing some remodeling and stuff that a lot of stuff can go to them, but there's a lot of stuff they don't take. And with her giving us the guidelines, maybe, you know, he would be a perfect one to go right along with that. As far as the stuff that they won't take, we could just, you know, because you're always looking for something to do with it. So that's great. Thank you, Melissa.
Sure, no problem. When is that going to be? Is
Uh,
that what? The
Oh, the
18th?
18th, the 18th.
18th, okay.
And that's in person?
In person at the Shriner Center. Yeah, they always
Okay,
on the lower level.
Mhm.
We meet at 6.
all right.
Our meeting.
If he doesn't make it, I will make sure to invite him.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Great.
But yeah, that's the thing. It bothers me a lot when I go see these dumpsters sitting in, especially if it's a house I've looked at, it was in foreclosure or something, and then a rehabber buys it, and they just put a dumpster in there, and they throw kitchen cabinets, and it looks like good stuff. I mean, I usually try to salvage as much as I can, but but there's just always things that have to go into a dumpster. So it's kind of a good joint project. The last time I did a major rework was I got a house that had a lot of stuff left in it too. But I knew I was going to be working there for about 6 or 8 weeks. So I just started. I went through all the stuff, things that look salvageable. I took, I think, 3. If anybody knows my van, I got a old Dodge Maxi van. It's huge. I took 3 or 4 loads to Goodwill. Just stuff that was left, good usable household goods, small piece of furniture. There's actually some big pieces of furniture dropped off at Goodwill, and they could use them. And I think like light fixtures and things that I updated. I dropped those, took those to the Restore, Habitat for Humanity Restore out in St. Peters. And then, and the rest of it, since I had it long enough, I just signed up for the St. Peters trash service. And I made sure I filled up the trash can with extra pieces of carpet every week, and had them out at the curb. And I didn't have to have a dumpster at all, even though I ripped out hundreds of yards of carpet. So just cut it up in pieces that would go in the regular trash. And then the appliances, the St. Peters picks them up too at the curb for an extra $15, I think it was. So I didn't have to have a dumpster at all.
Hey,
Anyway,
Lloyd, there was a question in the chat.
sure. Oh, okay. What's
Yeah,
it?
where to advertise houses for rent? Well, there's a lot of places, I guess, you know, that you can do it. Well, Zillow, of course, a lot of people do that, but I personally like Craigslist myself. You do have to be, aware of some things. People will take your stuff down. I don't know why they do that, but we've talked about that on some other groups I'm in. But one of the keys with some of that stuff too, though, is what I found, and you don't hear this a lot from people, but the best time to actually post your stuff, because they easily get lost, is sometime around lunch, and the other time is around 5 to 5:30 at night, right before dinner time, because that's when people are getting home and they actually open the stuff up and look at it. Lunch is the other time, but we've had more, I know Laura and I have talked about this several times, we've had more success probably doing it that way and getting calls immediately on stuff. And that's also something to keep in mind if you're talking about rental houses. That's people that are working, not just looking for a place for free or or some other, or somebody you don't want, I guess I'll put it that way, but it's people that are actually doing stuff. So that's something you may want to keep in mind. A lot of times with your advertising too, though, look at who you're, people don't really get it as much, but look who you're specifically looking for. And that's how you want to write your ads with headlines and stuff. In fact, I've got a thing. If you want to send me a request, I'll give it to you, but I did it for another group. I've got 1,275 headlines we put together, real estate headlines that sell, because the first thing is you want them to open your ad, and there's so many bad ads out there if you just start looking at them, and that's something most people don't concentrate on, who they're looking for. So you don't want to just say house for rent. You want to say very specifically what you want out of there. Yeah, send me a request if you don't mind. I'll put my email. Best one to get a hold of me at is my Gmail, and I'll put that in there for you. Just send me a request and I'll give you a copy of that document that we have there. So
Okay.
that, I don't know, that should help a little bit. There's no right or wrong answer on any of it. It's just that's just something we've found over the years.
Hey, John, it's David.
Yes.
Hey.
I got a little trick or tidbit to maybe try. Don't know if it actually works, but when you do post your pictures, I put a watermark on them that has my LLC name real lightly across the picture. So if someone tries to steal my pictures and post them somewhere else, it'll have, Realty Renovator on it. And then basically, since I can show I'm the owner of Realty Renovator, I'm the authentic person who can rent it, to them. So I put a watermark on all my pictures that I post for my rentals.
That's a great point, David, because I've had people steal mine and I started doing that. And actually, one of the things I started doing is marking up my pictures, just like what you're saying. And I put other stuff for sale because like on eBay and some of those sites, they won't let you put your contact information in there, but you can put them on your picture. You put however you want them to get a hold of you. You put like your email address or your website or your phone number. But yeah, that keeps people from stealing them. That's a great point. Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, that is a good reminder. I'm gonna have to start doing that myself. I haven't had any stolen yet, but I've heard a lot about that. Stealing pictures and misrepresenting properties. But, no, I used to use Craigslist pretty regularly until Zillow. It seemed like Zillow got to be more of a central place, and I was doing both of them for a while. But now I get such a big response off of Zillow. Zillow also, they bought out Trulio and one of the other ones, and they posted. You put it on Zillow, and then they posted on the other ones. Yeah.
Is if you have a place for sale and somebody takes it under contract, they can actually take it like it's theirs, and then you cannot do anything about your property. I've had that happen a couple of times. So that's to me, that's a little concerning. I know on Craigslist and some of the other ones, you don't really own them necessarily, but you can do like David saying, put your watermark on there. But Zillow is a little tricky, and I don't know. I've had a couple of issues with my own property that I could not go back in and change anything because they overtook it.
Okay.
So that's just something to be aware of. I think really you should have stuff out there on everything, because we got all these platforms now that don't cost anything. Back in years ago, you had to pay to advertise everything, but you don't have to do that.
So now Zillow is now charging to advertise your rentals. So.
Yes, they've changed. So good stuff. Good tips.
Okay, any other, I see a few other comments here. What else is?
The watermark, what I end up doing on those is I just open up my picture or my PDF or whatever, and then over on the right-hand side up on the top, it just says you can mark it up. And then I go and I go over to the text part and put a text on there. I do them all the time. And if you, there's a few other ways you can do, but that's the simplest way that I know of.
Okay, Daniela is asking about her first as a first-time buyer. You recommend using a realtor, or can I find my first property on my own? You still have to do your due diligence, even if you find it on your own on search and Zillow for sale by owner or something on Craigslist. You still need to do your due diligence, and if you can find a investor-friendly realtor, that's probably a good start too. But we'll say that not all realtors are investor-friendly. But
Friday and come to our meetings on the coming up on the Tuesday here. What was that, the 18th?
Yep, the 18th.
That's where you network with a lot of people, is just right here. Just be specific on what you're looking for and throw it out there and see what people say, because you get a lot of people know a lot of things right here.
Yep. We've had properties change hands right here. I've advertised for the first time, all non-MLS properties, people that some landlords that were unloading some of their older rentals and downsizing their portfolios. Yep, that's a good place to do it. Good place to be. I come back every week. You don't know what's going to pop up. Who's going to be here to has something to sell. Okay. Anything else here?
Yes, I am. I came down for a conference, and they canceled it while I was in the airplane, and then I landed in Tampa with no way to get out of there because all the flights were full, and it was a colossal mess, quite honestly, because my hotel said, well, you know, it's kind of like prepaid, and then the car people said, well, it's prepaid, and which it wasn't, by the way. And then I said, well, fine, I'll just skip the whole thing. I'll take the car and I'll drive back to St. Louis. It's 18 hours. Who cares? It's, you know, I'll just, you know, chuck the whole week. Then they said, well, we'll have you arrested because there are no rental car places in St. Louis for you to return it to. It can have to be returned to Tampa. And I go, well, you know, really, you kidding me? And they said, yeah, there's a GPS in it. And if you cross the state line, we'll put out a police bulletin to have you arrested.
Oh, no.
So I got stuck here. Everything's okay and safe. I'm in Tampa, so it missed, you know, kind of went south of us, thank goodness. But I was without power for over almost 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
With it and stuff. It's kind of funny. If anybody's Facebook friends with me, I started posting it on Facebook on my, my whatever personal pages, and kind of, you know, day by day. And so it was a little touch and go with the power out because I had a whole refrigerator full of food. You know, they say stock up, right? So I stocked up, okay, but then with no power.
Oh.
So I went out and bought cups of ice from a liquor store, like 5 cups of ice, put them in bags and put them in the refrigerator, and it survived. The food was okay, and everything. Now, actually, John, I'm sitting by the swimming pool here, you know, because my plane doesn't leave till Saturday, and everything's great right now. Sun's shining and everything. That's crazy.
Oh my.
You're okay.
Well, glad you're all right. Yes.
So you got a vacation, right? Yeah, I'm glad the hurricane skipped you, but the eye went over Cape Canaveral, which is pretty close to where my mom lives, and they were without power for a while too. So, but they didn't suffer very much because I guess the house was survivable. But wow, so amazing.
David, was that the Pete Fortunato conference he had going down there?
No, it was something called Family Reunion. It was called Family Reunion. About 300 people. I was went to it a year ago, and it was, you know, pretty good. And they, like 15 minutes after I got on the plane in Houston. So, you know, I was at an IRA conference in Houston. 15 minutes after getting on the plane, they canceled the event. I was like, should I jump out of the plane? You know, because I landed in Tampa, and it's like you're now stuck, like the Gestapo. You know, shutting everything down. You got to get off the streets, and man, it was kind of crazy down here. Not used to it.
Yeah, that's life in Florida. You got to be prepared for that. Yeah, we're not used to that here in Missouri, other than the rivers rising, but an occasional hailstorm. See, we got J.C. Shelley has got a comment there. He's a investor relations manager for commercial real estate development company, and he wants to know if there's anybody here that's is interested in investing in commercial real estate passively. So
Yeah, if you want, go ahead and unmute and just tell us specifically what
tell
you're
us what
talking
you-
about,
what
because
you
that
do.
covers a wide range right there.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. So essentially, well, let me first say the company I work for is Pioneer Realty Capital. It's a Texas-based company out of Arlington, Texas, with another office in Houston, Texas. And I actually work remotely, so I'm actually in Tennessee, but we cater to investors nationwide. So essentially, we build and develop commercial real estate properties and sell investment securities. One of the properties that we're currently working on is in Prairie View, Texas. It's adjacent to Prairie View A&M, which recently partnered with Texas A&M. It's a multi-phased mixed-use property. Phase 1 is completed, opened August 1st, and is 100% occupied. And that consisted of 120 units of off-campus housing. so 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. We've begun breaking ground for phase 2 that consists of an additional 370 additional units. Phase 2 or phase 3 rather would be 200 units of townhome developments, and phase 4 would be a hotel and retail pad site. So we're actually looking for a JV partner for the hotel development. Hotel development is not our area of expertise, but we certainly have the business savvy part of that. So we're looking for a hotel developer to partner with on that one. But the offering that we have out right now is for preferred equity, Class C investors. They would earn a 6% pref, and we're estimating having the principal return within 6 months or less, and then targeting a 2-time multiple within 2 years or less. So essentially, the investor has the opportunity to double their investment within a couple of years. And we've actually already begun marketing the property to institutional buyers, and we have some of those buyers that have expressed interest very strongly. So we're anticipating having the property under contract within the next few weeks and sold by the end of the year. So investors that come in now actually have the opportunity to double their investment within a few months.
Do you want to, could you give us your contact information and then also put it in the chat bar so we have it both ways?
Yes, sir.
That'd be great.
Yeah, thank you.
That's definitely a deal for the right person. And yeah, I have somebody I'd like to share that with too. So if you could do that, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm putting my information in now. If you want to send me an email, I'll respond with details. We have a PPM, the private placement memorandum. We have videos that kind of gives an overview of the project, that explains the project, and any other questions you have. You know, we'll have I have August P&L. So if anybody wants to have an idea of how the property is running, we did gross income. We did about 180,000, and after expenses, we netted at about 117,000 for August. Of course, we're at the end of September, so we should have September's P&L soon. But any details you need, any questions you have, we'd be happy to share that with you.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, if you don't mind saying your contact information that you want to give to people and putting it in there. And the reason I say that is because we don't share the chat like on YouTube or anything like that on a replay, but that way we'll have it. It's, you know, the way we look at it is kind of like business cards. If we're in person and you want to give a business card to somebody, it's great, but just, I'm not going to give your business card out to everybody on the planet, you know?
Right. So my phone number, and you're welcome to call or text at any time.
Okay.
I'm somewhat of a night owl and an early riser. I'm usually up about 3:45 a.m. So
what you're in Tennessee, you said?
Yes, sir. So Central Standard Time Zone.
Okay.
And my phone number is 817-285-2542.
Okay.
And email address is jshelley, and that's JSHELLEY at pioneerrealtycapital.com.
All right. Yeah. If you don't, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we have both active and passive investors in real estate in our group. So yeah, maybe something somebody in our group would be interested in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Alan.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today. I see Linda she's looking for a buyer. Okay, it's already on the MLS. You got the MLS number in the chat. You want to tell us a little more about it, Linda? Can you unmute yourself? Maybe she doesn't have a speaker on her device. That's why she just got on here. Anyway, she says he's got a single family, three bedroom, 2 bath, converted into a daycare. Yeah. This can be some profitable ventures. Anyway, yeah, if you're looking for that, or she left the MLS number 220-34672. Anyway, okay. Okay, let's see, Melissa left some information for Mr. Patel, and then Dave signed off. Okay,
Hey, Lloyd, I have a question.
yeah, go ahead, Demer.
Or if I'm curious to know if anyone on the line is an Airbnb host.
Do we have any Airbnb host on today?
All right, never mind. I see some heads shaking, but
Well, what's your question, Amber? You never know. Somebody might know somebody.
well, just curious. So my my unit that I usually do traveling nurses is vacant, and so I've had some Airbnb. I'd list on Airbnb as well. So for my first go with Airbnb, the last 2 days I've had potential users ask me immediately if I offer discounts. So just curious if host, I thought it was just strange that that's kind of like immediately, hey, love your place. Do you offer a discount? Nice try.
Yeah, I get that occasionally on my rental houses too. I normally don't even reply to those.
You just tell them, yeah, it's half price right now because of where you're calling from. Normally it's double this price.
Yep.
Seriously, that's how a lot of people advertise stuff anyway. You're already getting the discounted rate. So glad you asked. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Leave it to John. He knows all the marketing angles.
That's what it is. You're already getting a great discount right now.
Yeah, I offer mine at a great deal, well below what the Zillow says I should be leasing them for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, just for you, because of where you came from too, we're going to have an extra chocolate on your pillow the first night you're there. I mean, just
Yeah.
all that little stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't do short-term rentals, but I mean, I would think you could just apply some of the same techniques, just to be different.
No, that's a good point. Specifically this one, so I have it where Airbnb sets the price instead of me setting the price. And so they told me how much it's listed on there for. I mean, I can see it on my side, but with all the fees and things, I couldn't see. And so I went ahead and split the difference. I mean, they were asking about a $10 difference per night. And so I went ahead and I just chopped it down by $5. And I'm like, it's better to have, instead of to argue over $10 a night, and they were only going to stay, I think, 5 days versus not having them stay at all. So I went ahead and just reduced it by $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually get the offers I get for discounting are much more than $5 for my rentals. That's why.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it was, do you offer a discount for teachers or veterans or first responders, something of that nature? But I mean, this is Airbnb. Yeah. You're not going to show me you're a veteran. You're just asking for their discount.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of hotels offered discounts for AARP or AAA members. I'm an AARP member, but I think it's been a rarity that they ask to see my membership card, and you just take your word for it. And I guess on Airbnb you don't have a way of verifying it anyway. Okay. Anybody else got anything for us today? Did I catch everybody in the oh, here's Carrie. She's a commercial lender. Yeah, Carrie, you want to unmute yourself and tell us what your services are for investors?
Hi. Yes, absolutely. I work for New Frontier Bank here located in St. Charles County. And thank you.
I'm one of your customers.
Awesome. Great. And we provide these services to investors regarding commercial real estate, owner occupied real estate, investment real estate. I know rates are continuing to rise, and if anyone's looking to lock in and refinance before their adjustable rates continue to increase, I'd be happy to discuss it with you.
Okay, okay. What's a good contact information?
I can give that to you. I'll put that on here, and feel free to give me a call.
Curious to know what are your rates that you're advertising now?
Currently, for real estate, we are in the sixes. I know prime at 6.25, depending on what you're looking to do and the term, the amortization. You know, the rates kind of fluctuate based on those items, but I would be happy to see what you're looking for and put something together for you if you're interested.
Okay. Now, I know the last deal I've worked with New Frontier on, you were kind of limiting your, at least your investment real estate to the St. Charles County. Have you expanded to St. Louis County?
Well, we do have the opportunity to do St. Louis County. You know, we are continuing. We have a new branch that's going to be built in Lake St. Louis. So we are trying to, you know, expand our horizon outside the St. Louis County area. So we would be happy to look at anything. I mean, we've done things that are outside of our area, our preferred area. So that's a possibility as well. There's just different parameters.
Okay, good to hear that. Yeah,
Well, thank you. Thanks for being a customer.
I've given new plugs here before.
Okay, great.
St. Charles County, talk to New Frontier. I've had a long-term relationship. Yeah.
Take the information like.
Sure, I can put it. My name. Sure, my name is Carrie Curley. Don't laugh. I know you can tell I married that name. My mother would never do that. My phone number is 314-220-4227.
Okay.
I'm currently located at the Zumbo branch in St. Charles. And
Okay.
let me look here real quick. I'm going to, so if you need me, you can call me. That's my cell number. Be happy to discuss that and catch me at any time.
Okay, thank you. And if you don't mind putting it in the chat too. in case
Absolutely.
anyone wants to write it down, that's perfect.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else? No, nobody has anything? Well, I don't have anything more. I got an appointment to get to right after lunch at one of my rentals to look at an oven and get the furnace winterized. You know, my tenants are going to be firing up their furnace. They probably, most of them have already. I haven't heard of, fortunately, I haven't heard from anybody. The furnace isn't kicking on, so I'm that's good. I don't like to get there and get them vacuumed out and clean them up before the heating season. Make sure the filters changed and everything. So we're getting started on that today.
Okay, that other number carries your office number. I'm assuming here. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Yeah, next week we do have Kathy Davis, Ask the Attorney. So if you got any real estate questions with rentals or anything else, be sure to tune in next week for her. That's our first Friday of the month. Already October, if you can believe that.
Hard to imagine. They fly by. So
this year's about done.
Yeah.
You're talking about the discounts on the hotels. We're going to Anaheim in November, Lloyd. And for 4 nights, it's $2,000. There's no discounts, no nothing. So we'll let you know how great this is. And you got to pay for Wi-Fi and stuff too, if, of course, if you want that.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
the fun never quits, you know?
Yeah, you go to Disney World while you're out there.
Well, we could actually upgrade if we wanted to pay more, and our room could look at it.
You can look at it, get on the other side of the building.
You
can
have to
look
pay
over.
more if you want to overlook the pool or Disney World. And so we just took the generic, whatever room they give us. So fun.
Yeah. We just got back from, we stayed at Montauk State Park earlier.
Oh, did you do some trout fishing?
No, I didn't do any trout fish. We learned a lot about trout fishing. While we were in between, we took a float on the Current River on Tuesday. But we walked read all the billboards that they were outside. We saw this big tanker truck backing into the facility. It was like at 10 o'clock at night. So what the heck is going on down there?
Yep.
We had to go down and investigate. We left our little campfire and went down and investigated. Found out they add oxygen to the water, and they've been able to double the fish production in the same pond when they enrich it with oxygen.
Wow.
So we learned, it was an educational trip. Even though we're not fishermen, we learned a lot about how they raise their trout there.
Yep.
So,
A
yeah,
lot of fun.
it was fun. Anyway, yeah, thank you all for coming today, and hope to see you back here next week with Kathy Davis. And on the 18th, put it on your calendar. For the 18th, we're gonna have Harper Zielinski from the Habitat for Humanity.
Mhm.
At our live meeting at the Schreiner Center.
Mhm.
All righty.
Mhm.
Take care.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. Good to see you. If you want anything, go to the website, STLREIA.com. You can get the replays on the member section. I don't know what time I'll get it up today, or what time Patrick will get it up, I should say, because I'll have it to him by midnight. I always say by midnight because I leave stuff right in front of me until I get it done. Otherwise, things happen.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Everybody.
Thank you, John. Take
Thanks,
care.
bye, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.